Sunday, last day of May 2020. And for our meditative practice today, I thought we could just not necessarily focus on a theme, but come back to the origin of meditation, of this thousands of year old practice. Human beings have been working towards this goal of finding mindfulness. And so what does mindfulness mean? Coming to a place, sitting in the moment, being connected yet separate from our thoughts and emotions, becoming part of the well that is oneness, that is our origin, our beginning, being completely immersed in the presence. And so there's many interpretations of what mindfulness is. Really, it's just meeting ourselves in the moment. And it's a bit of effort to come here, so you can certainly just find a position that is comfortable to you. Sitting upright, the classical meditative pose. Laying in Savasana is also a meditative pose. And if there's a different pose that you're inclined to take in this moment, then take it now. And just come into your breath, close your eyes. Whatever has been on your mind, in your heart, it's been a heavy week in many instances, lots of things going on in the world and still dealing with this pandemic, so many things. So whatever, even within your own household, has been going on, take a moment to let it settle. Not about shutting out or turning off or not feeling for what's going on around us, but just simply creating a space so you can come into your source, your beginning, your moment, and feel more at peace in this presence. It's about renewing, rejuvenating. We all need space to come back to our wholeness and center. So if you think about the bottom of the ocean, there's waves going on the top. There's a lot of activity, a lot of sea life activity. But for the most part, the bottom of the ocean is still, stays still, even with the stuff going on the surface. So we come into that stillness that is our center. And closing the eyes, take a few nice deep breaths here, lengthening the breath a bit. Inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Sigh out whatever you're feeling. Inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale in through the nose, slow it down. Begin to settle. Exhale out through the mouth, slowly, slowly. One more deep breath, just like that. Breath in through the nose. Down, exhale out through the mouth. Keeping your eyes closed, just coming into presence, hearing the sound. Letting the sound resonate and finding stillness. Coming into the ebb and flow of your breath. Sometimes we don't even realize it, but when we see things, when we react to things, when we feel emotions arising, we hold our breath, or we tense in our body. And this practice is all about coming back to homeostasis, coming back to neutral, so we can respond to our environment in healthier ways and better ways. And with clear head, clear hearts, clear minds, openness, finding that expansiveness that is connection with our origins, life, connections with breath, And connecting with, reflecting that origin, life, breath amongst all living beings. As we all share in the breath, it is life. So comes the bit of work to begin with, taking little steps away from our thoughts, away from our emotions, and just coming into our breath, just sitting with it. Find the ebb and the flow, the rhythm of your own breath, and feel your breath for a moment. Feel your belly, feel your lungs, feel your chest, the breath moving through. Feel little pauses that take place at the end of the inhale and the end of the exhale. Sometimes we naturally find ourselves holding the breath. And find this continual flow. Notice sounds around you. Allow the sounds to rise and fall. Naming the sounds for what they are. Noticing sounds in the room, sounds in your body, sound of your breath. Noticing any smells, tastes, sensations, air on the skin that arise. And coming back to the breath. Again, noticing thoughts that arise. And just returning to the breath each time. This is mindfulness. This is noticing and coming back to the present, coming back into the moment. Begin to notice the qualities of your breath. Is the breathing shallow, naturally? Is it deep? And what is the space, what is the speed and pace of your breath? Generally breathing in, we find it's a bit faster, and then we slow down at the end of the inhale. And we breathe out, it's a bit faster, beginning in the exhale, and slows down on the exhale. What is the pace and speed of your breath? What other qualities are there? Is it fast, slow? Is it shallow, deep? Is it congested? What is the temperature of your breath as you breathe in, as you breathe out? And then we'll do a short calming breathing exercise to really come into our parasympathetic nervous system. So I'm doing more research on breathing, as I like to do, and coming into this unequal part breathing. So breathing in shorter inhales and longer exhales helps us activate the parasympathetic nervous system, activate our rest response, and better to take these kinds of breaths in the evening when we've not much else to do during the day or ready to go to bed. But you can also take them. I actually learned this breath originally in my prenatal hypnobirthing practice. And so, when there's a fight or flight mode going on, like giving birth, using these breaths actively helps calm down. Meant to, anyways. So we'll do that just a few rounds. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts and try to extend the exhale double for 8 counts. Just see what you can do with it. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do what you can. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just do one more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe naturally for a moment. See if you've been able to slow down the heart rate a bit. Just be with your natural breath. Now we'll take our even breath to even out that imbalance. The even breath taken in for 6 counts and out for 6 counts. Again, do what you can. If you need to take an exhale, take an exhale. Not straining, but trying to lengthen the lung capacity a little bit more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, breathe normal. Breathe in and out. Come back to the present. Take a moment to feel the effects of counting in and out the breath. Something to focus on in order to help us come deeper into our breath is that counting. The last little bit of focusing on different aspects of the breath. Start to just gently notice the belly as you breathe in. Belly rises, belly falls and softens. As you breathe in, belly rises, not trying to take a deeper breath, but just noticing the natural belly rising, belly falling. And notice the belly for a few more breaths on your own. Begin to draw your attention into the lungs and the rib space. Imagining the lungs inside the ribs, expanding as you breathe in, and gently contracting as you breathe out. Breathing in, lungs expanding. Breathing out, lungs contracting. And stay in that space for a moment and just feel the breath there. And now come into your chest space, your heart space. Feel your chest expanding as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, I want you to focus on release. Release your shoulders, any tension in your neck, your shoulder blades, down the upper back. We carry a lot of tension in this space. Find where you can soften on your next couple exhales as you focus on the inhale in the chest and shoulders, all of the whole cavity. And as you exhale on softening and releasing. And now move your attention just back to your breath, not necessarily focusing on any area of the body. As we have softened in the neck and the shoulders on the exhale, last bit of softening, notice where else you're feeling tension or discomfort. And use your next couple rounds of exhale to soften those areas as best you can. It's not always a complete release, but we can begin to notice where tension lies when we are still. And you have that achiness in your hips or your knees. Or maybe there's just a lot of heaviness in the head. So begin to soften wherever you find it. Take about 5 rounds of breath doing that. And after about 5 rounds of breath, again, come back to the ebb and flow and notice, are you engaging with your thoughts? Are you still riding the wave of emotion? Are you being distracted and pulled towards sounds? All just inquiries, no judgment. Just notice where we wander off to and how we wander off. Releasing the grip on these things. Keep coming back to your breath. And to end with our silent meditation, I'd like for you to just use this tool of counting to be present with your breath. This is a very common part of Yoga Nidra practice, but a nice way to be present is to count down from a certain number to 1. And then once you get there, start over again. And the idea being is you stay present with the number. For instance, inhale, exhale 27. Inhale, exhale 26. And then if your mind wanders off, okay, you got to start over again. So try from 27 to 1. That's a particular number that's used in Yoga Nidra practice. If you get lost, start over. Don't beat yourself up. See if you can stick with that, counting down 27 to 1, just being present. Inhale, 27, exhale, 27. And if you get to 1 and we're still not over, still not back to me speaking, then go ahead and start over to 27. Beginning now. Wherever you are in your counting, gently release. Whether you found that a little bit easier to focus on the breath by using the counting, or more difficult, let go of it. It's already in the past. You can use it again if you like. And then while we're here, as we've drawn into the breath, come back to the ebb and flow, noticing belly rising, lungs expanding, chest expanding, chest releasing, lungs contracting, belly falling. And whether you're lying down or seated, just bring the hands over the heart. Listen into the beating of the heart with your eyes closed. Bring awareness into your palms covered over the heart, your fingers, all 10 fingers, your arms connected to your hands, shoulders connected to your chest, and there's this circle going around. It circles back to your heart. Getting into the heart space, the heart energy, we connect with this spirit within us, all of us, recognizing it in each human being, each living being, the living condition. And from this space of origin, of connection, of heart's calling, sincerity, what is an intention that can serve you and feed your spirit and your soul tonight? So choose an intention, whatever it is, just let it be something good, open, positive, that will elevate you, your spirit, and allow you to go into the world once the practice is over and fulfill your intention. Take 3 deep breaths, commit to this heartfelt, sincere intention. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Last breath in through the nose. And this time out through the nose. Okay, let the energy settle. And whether you're seated or lying down, we'll come to a lying down position anyways. So we'll meet ourselves lying down and been stationary for a while. So we want to add in a bit of movement gradually. Reaching your arms, reaching your legs, get a full body stretch. And just reach the whole body, inhaling, point your toes, reach your fingertips, and then let your elbows and your shoulders soften. Inhale, reach again. And exhale, let your muscles retract and soften. One more inhale, reach, point your toes. And exhale, soften in. And I'll just start off by a nice side body stretch, walking the feet together, walking the legs together over to the right. You might like to cross the left over the right for a little more stretch. And we just begin to lean the upper body over, sort of a banana shape. And so we can bend into the elbows if needed. Try to keep that left shoulder on the ground and just breathe into the side body stretch. Take a nice deep breath, stretching through the side. And slowly unwind, come back to center, and begin to go to the other side. Just reach, you can cross the right over the left, you can keep the legs together, reaching the arms over, and stretch to the right side body. Take a big breath. Come back to center, and release the shoulders down, release the arms down. Wiggle out your legs, begin to roll around your feet, waking up the toes and the ankles, roll around in the other direction. And then slowly begin to bend into the knees, plant the feet. And I'll start to just bring one leg up here, bending into the knee, and then start to straighten that out. I'm using my right, but you can use either one, and bend it in. So just a simple movement to start to work the leg muscles. There's an attachment going on in the hip and the knee and the ankle. Yeah. And just one more like that. Very gentle waking up. Next time you outstretch the leg, roll around the foot again in a few directions one way, a few times the other way. And then we'll take that knee into the chest, and this leg can come down onto the ground or the knee can be bent. And we'll just squeeze it in for a moment. And do some hip circles here. So sometimes we do this open and close, which is good for the hip, but we're just gonna move it around in a circular motion this time. So just that one leg going around in a circular motion. Go about 3 times in one direction, slowly. Notice your breath. And then begin to go the other way. And you can hold onto the leg here too. You don't have to hold onto the knee or grip it so much. It's about the hip circle, not about the grip. Right? And about 3 times the other way, maybe 4. We'll hug the knee into the chest, inhaling. And then just once, bring it out to the side. And bring it back to center. And as you exhale, cross it across the body. Put this foot on top of the thigh. And you feel that outer hip stretch. Reaching the arm for a moment. Gazing off to the side. Take a breath. Should be feeling it here. Yeah, the hip stabilizer there on the side. And then coming back to center, squeeze the knee in. And one more time, bend through this leg and straighten this one up. And of course, then you can be bent. We can always modify. You don't have to do exactly what I do, especially if it doesn't make sense for you. But just take a moment there, trying to straighten it a bit more. And then bring the leg down and immediately switch sides. So bring this leg up and feel the difference, right? This leg is going to feel really stiff. So just take a moment, close your eyes, breathe, feel the difference. And then begin that bend and straighten, slowly waking it up. Trying to push through the heel to activate the foot, and the flexion. Yeah. And we'll just do one more. Next time we straighten it out, begin to roll around. Notice what's going on in your mind as you do these little gentle movements. Can you be present and notice what's going on in the body, or is it harder to be present? Just notice. Become an observer of what's happening in the mind. And then we bend it in and squeeze the knee in towards the chest. Again, this leg can be here or here. And then we just do a few hip circles, going about 3 times. One way. Feel the circular motion in our hip, feeling the leg bone move around, ball and socket. And then go the other way about 3 times. And just these little movements can help waken up our legs and our joints, create a little more suppleness in them. Start to bring it out towards the side for a moment, opening up the hip, bringing the knee out gently. And then we'll hold this one for a moment, bringing the foot on top of the thigh, gently guiding it across the body just a little bit, reaching the opposite arm off, gazing off to this side, feeling this bit of spinal twist, and take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Feel it in the outer hip. You might feel it down your spine, your lower back. Okay, come back to center. And one more time, extend that leg up, flex the foot, and bend it in. Bring both legs down, reach both arms. One more time, inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down towards the sides of the waist. One more here on our back, just waking up. Okay, bend the knees, plant the feet. And root the arms in, the feet in, the shoulders, knees stay hip distance apart. Heels are in towards the hips. like our feet are on train tracks, and we're slowly gonna lift the hips. Just go a little bit. Don't have to go like a huge lift here. And exhale, lower down. Just kind of notice if there's something going on in the knees or the hips that feels unpleasant. And then we can go more gentler version, just very tiny lifts and lowers. If you want to maybe go a little bit higher, then try that. Trying to keep the knees in towards the midline. Okay. And now adding in another element, inhaling, lifting the hips, and then trying to engage the spinal column a little bit more. So feeling the vertebrae come down. We have to sort of scoop the belly in and spill the pelvis back in order to feel the vertebrae coming down. Finding that rounding, bit of rounding through the spine. So do that a few times and really feel the spine connecting to the mat as it comes down. Inhaling to peel it up. And exhaling, engaging a bit of our core muscles to do that. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, engaging to come down. And we'll just do one more lift, holding it at the top. So you can be here or a little bit higher. And then it might feel nice to bring the arms back if that's possible. It might not feel nice, so skip it if you want. If it doesn't feeling weird or painful in your body, taking a breath here, feeling the quads engaged. And then as you exhale, lower the arms down and to draw the hips back down. Just take a moment to be still. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Okay. And arms out wide just to bring the hips back to neutral. To release the lower back, we take these little movements side to side a few times. You can exhale and lower the knees. Inhale, lift the knees. Exhale, lower. And back to center and lower. And we'll do the other side one more time. And lower. And this time, roll off to one side. And begin to make your way up. And so whatever side you land on, usually your legs are already swinged off to the side. So instead of bringing your legs center, we just keep them where they are. So this is a variation of Asana, which is generally taken like in this way, with this leg in Virasana and this leg in Padmasana. But that's, it can be a little tricky on the knees and the hips. So we're just adjusting here, pointing the knees forward and the legs back. And we have an open space here. And so our legs are like this. Try to sit down with that opposite hip, but it might be up a bit. Lengthening up through this arm. I'm using my right arm, but maybe it's your left. And going in the direction of the legs. Reaching over, feeling the side body stretch. Inhaling back upright, and exhale going in the opposite direction of the legs. And do that one more time. Inhale up. Kind of have a lot of side body stuff in mind today. Inhaling and exhaling over. And now while you're here, reaching over, just bring that hand, that top hand down. Begin to come more upright, but into a twist. So fingertips on the ground over here. Lift up the chest, release the shoulder blades down the back, and find a bit of a twist here. Now we can play around with moving the neck in different directions if that feels nice. Sometimes there's more tension when we move the neck extreme in one direction or the other. And so maybe neutral is better. Take a breath here, inhale and exhale. Okay, inhale back to center, and then just coming to center, we'll switch sides. So these legs go over here. We're back center. We're moving laterally here to start off with. So starting off in the direction of the legs, inhale the arm up. Exhale, reach it over. Inhaling back to center, both arms up. Exhale, reach it long. Inhaling back up. And exhaling over one more time. Inhaling back up and exhaling over this way. Taking a breath there. Meeting that hand down here and both hands on the ground, twisting as we sit upright. Trying to keep this opposite hip on the ground, lengthening up through the spine, twisting. Feeling it in the legs, adjusting the knees if we need to. One more breath here. Inhale, sit up tall, your neck can go in different directions. Exhale, twist. And come back to center. Okay, so something different to start off with in our seated poses. Let's come onto hands and knees and do this traditional or our usual cat-cow spine. Shoulders over wrist, hands are spread here. And if you're having any pain in your hands, you can double over the mat, create more cushion for your palms, which sometimes helps. Or you can try to come onto the fists. This works for some of us, and sometimes we just meet ourselves on our forearms, which is fine. It's just a little less range of motion. Inhale, heart forward, drop the belly, gaze forward, not up, but just forward. Exhale, round up through the spine. Stretch through the vertebrae. Think about that. Stretching. Inhale, heart forward, stretch through the belly, reach the heart. Exhale, round up. Let's just do 3 more on your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling forward and exhaling to round up. Inhaling forward, exhaling to round up. Okay, that was about 3. And we'll come into a neutral spine and take the right leg back and just stretch through the leg for a moment. So ball the foot onto the ground. Feel the stretch here in the back of the knee, the hamstring, down into the calf and the heel. And take a breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And still working on this movement of the hip. I'm just going to bring the knee in, open it up, bring it back, and then back in. We're kind of doing these hip circles here, going about 3 times one way, and you find different range of motion, no pain, and then switching, going back, opening it up, and closing it. About 3 times that way, and then extending the leg back again here, drawing the ball of the foot back, stretch back through the leg, and bring the knee in. Now, if at this point you're feeling any pain on your wrist, again, you can do the same thing. You can do the same leg thing from being on the forearms. So this leg goes long, flex through the foot, draw the heel back, really feel that back of the leg stretch. And again, working on feeling open, more supple in our hips. Draw the knee in, bring it out, reach it back, and in. Go slow. We don't have to go huge, gross movements. We can go less movement if necessary. And then go about 3 times in the opposite direction. Just even it out. Okay. And then once you do about 3 each way, come back on the ball of foot, stretch back through the leg, and bring the knee in. Now let's bring the knees out wide, bring the big toes touch, sink back into a child pose for a moment. This is good. We're releasing our hands. We can breathe in, open our hands, breathe out, bring your fingertips to touch. Inhale, open the hands. Exhale, fingertips to touch. And one more like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, fingertips in. Okay, reaching the arms forward. Now let's stay low to the ground and slither all the way onto the belly. Bring in the legs inward. Take the arms back behind and interlace the hands. Try not to look forward. That's just a general reaction. When we go down, we want to look up. Just try to stay looking down and interlacing your hands. Pull your shoulders together. Push your feet and the tops of your thighs into the ground. Pushing your pelvis into the ground. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up through the chest by bringing the shoulders together, bringing the arms back. Exhale, release. One more like that. Inhaling up and open. Exhale, release. Take a moment, rest the head off to one side, releasing your arms for a moment. Deep breath here. And now switch the interlace of your hands so your opposite index finger is on top. Look down, lift the head just slightly. Keep your arms where they are for a moment, not super active, and start to just float up one leg. So right leg, pushing the left foot into the ground. Exhale it down. Inhale, float up this leg. Exhale, lower it down. And now inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, both legs pointing back. Find what you can. Try not to use the neck so much. Big breath here, inhaling and exhaling. All right, hands to either side of the ribs. Elbows into the midline, shoulders back. Inhale, lift up to a cobra position. Doesn't have to be super high. We'd rather get the chest opening than the height. So you don't want to compromise here for form and openness. And start to feel yourself up. Do this little forward and back motion. That was really good strengthening for the back body. Taking us out of our crunched, rounded back. And let's come off to the side and kickstand out one leg. Now, something can be under the knee. If you like to double over your mat, go for it. And coming into our gate pose. So we'll be here for a moment. Take your outer knee. The toes are pointed out. This hip is rotating out. And just kind of bend it and straighten. Still working on that hip flexibility. This knee shouldn't be reacting. If it is, you can do less motion. And come back to center. We're neutral here. We're externally rotated here. Bringing the hand onto the leg. Inhale, opposite arm up. And exhale, reach it in the direction of the leg. This arm can reach down or stay here or here. Open up the chest a little bit more and reach. Always okay to bend this knee a bit. Inhale, back up. Exhaling, release. And then coming back here, put the hand down, we'll walk this foot in a little bit. Open up the chest, trying to stack the shoulders, this hand on the hip. And maybe we'll stay here. Just can feel that for a moment. There's a side body stretch going on. Maybe this hand comes up. Maybe this arm reaches and maybe this leg floats up for a moment. And so balance, find what you can. Take a big breath. Inhale, come back up. And put that side away. So switch sides, feeling the difference, feeling in balance. We're going to do both sides. Feeling, being present. Come back to your body and your breath. Switch sides here. This leg kickstands up, toes point out, hip is open. And okay, let's do these little movements again. I forgot. So we're just coaxing ourselves into this externally rotated hip, starting to bring some more suppleness into our knee and our hip, and just breathing, gazing at something, or eyes closed. And then again, this opposite arm comes up. We can reach it. We can keep the hand onto the hip crease here. Walk onto the leg. Open up the chest a bit more. Reach the arm, gazing up if it feels okay on the neck. Yeah, making sure I'm not pushing on this bottom leg. Let it do its own work and not try to crunch it. Inhale, come back up and stabilize. And coming down to this hand, normally we use a block. So you can be here, opening up the chest. Maybe this arm lifts, making the toes outward. Or we find our reach with the arm here. And maybe the leg lifts for a moment if that's not conducive, feeling troublesome. Bring it down. Take a breath. Nice expansion through the chest. And come back up. Okay. Let's come to standing just for a moment. We'll do a whole lot of standing tonight. It's nice to come into a standing position after we've been on the ground. Find mountain pose for a moment. Mountain pose, Namaste, equal standing pose where we feel our full balance. So every pose was built upon this pose, this even pose. And even, heels rooted into the ground, big toe round, outer edge, bottom of the pinky foot. And we feel even on both feet. Feel that. Maybe it takes lifting and spreading your toes or going forward and back, going side to side. Find the ground, feel the ground, and build your way up. Lifting the kneecaps, straighten the legs on, hips are neutral. Lifting up the ribs, slight tone in the belly, the back ribs. So we're gonna puffing out, lifting up shoulders, rolling them down the back. Palms can point forward, open. Close the eyes here, take a nice big breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead, reach up. And as you exhale, arms to either side, soften the knees, go forward halfway. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, soften these arms out wide. Inhale, back up. Exhale again, here we're halfway, keeping the gaze somewhat lifted. Inhale up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale up one more time. Exhale, go halfway. Now bring your arms back. Open up your chest. See if you can straighten your legs a little bit more as if you're getting ready to dive in somewhere. Body of water. Pull the shoulders back, reach the arms. If it's possible, straighten the legs a bit more. Feeling the stretch in the sitting bones and the hips. Nice openness through the chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, soften your knees again and gently go forward. So just melt yourself forward. Really bend your knees, rounding through the spine. Head comes down completely if that feels okay. Take a breath here. And on your next inhale, lift up halfway. Straighten your legs a bit, draw your shoulders back, and feel your spine straightening out. You may even feel your lower back there. Lift your chest. It's almost like you're looking over the edge of a cliff. It's about where we want to be looking, not too far forward. Take a big breath here. Inhale and exhale. Core is engaged. Inhale, one more. Little higher lift. Exhale, back to this round and volley in. And then inhale, slowly sweep your arms all the way back and up. Exhale, mountain pose. Again, feeling the difference here. Take a big breath in, big breath out. All right, so from here, check the time. Okay, we're going to make our way onto the mat again. So we'll kind of flow down, make our way down. We're in mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, do this thing, bringing the arms out, bringing the arms back, taking a breath here. Inhale, straightening the legs a bit. And exhale, go forward, make that little ball here. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the legs a bit, flatten the back. As you exhale, plant the fingertips and just bring the knees down. Come all the way onto the belly again. Take a moment to get there. Untuck the toes, elbows in the midline, pull the shoulders back. And inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, wave down. Bring your elbows in, shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest. And if you're really up high, this is going to be hard to do. So lower it down a bit and then see if you can float the hands for a few breaths. Push the tops of the feet, spin the inner thighs in, and just don't crank the neck. Feel your collarbone spreading. It's not probably actually happening, but you'll feel that openness in the chest. Taking one more breath here, smooth breath. And then hands down, lower down. Direct the head off to one side and just let the energy settle. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. One more time for our cobra pose. Looking down, elbows and shoulders back, lift up cobra, trying to bring the weight out of the hand. If you need to do that, lifting the hands to do that, then do that. But we're just trying to lift from the sternum and the chest, not so much the push of the hands in. Take one more breath here. This is not an easy pose to just hold. Do what you can. And then on your next inhale, begin to lift all the way up. Now we put some hands in there. And we just do this forward and back motion to recalibrate. And now that we've moved the hips a bit more, we can maybe take a bit wider child's pose. What I mean by that is really bring it out wide for child's pose. Maybe we can go even a bit wider, bring the knees out, big toes touch. So just find what you can here. And then we just melt the heart forward. You can rest the forearms, the head on the forearms, or the hands. And so maybe a bit more stretch going on in our hips. Of course, if that's painful on the knees, please skip with the regular child's pose. Take about 5 breaths here. Slow it down. And on your next inhale, begin to slowly lift yourself up. Bring your legs out in front. Flex into your feet. And hang out here for a moment. Dandasana, staff pose. Draw your shoulder blades down the back. And then think about lots of activation, maybe feeling tension in the body as we engage the legs. So feeling that, and we're going to lower down onto the ground as we engage the core. Use the engagement to lower down. So trying to lower down with a flat back. We use our back muscles. We use our hips to stabilize, our shoulders to stabilize, and we can sort of feel that gravity pulling us down with heaviness, feeling the heaviness, noticing it as we slowly make our way down. Breathing as it gets a little trickier. Of course, coming down if you're feeling pain at all. And then once you get really close to the bottom, just take a big exhale and let it go. And do that again. Inhale in through the nose. And big sigh out through the mouth. You no longer have to engage. You can just let it go. Whatever you're feeling in the body right now, a little more energy, activation, things are moving faster, just take a moment to slow it down. Whatever's going on in the mind, take a moment to slow it down. Notice the attachment to thoughts. Begin to just roll around your ankles and your wrists. Last little bit of movement before we take Savasana. Maybe it feels nice to stretch the arms, reach the legs, do all that stuff. If you want to revisit one thing we did at the beginning, maybe we'll do this one, which is a nice final movement. Bending into the knees, rolling the legs side to side. If there's anything else that you want to do that I haven't mentioned, maybe you want to take this break pose again, feel the difference, or something else entirely, like a happy baby, something like that. Then just do what you like to do, yogi's choice. Take a moment to finish your physical practice, whatever that means to you. And then make your way into Savasana, final resting pose. So today, rather than me talking through Savasana and leaving just a little bit of time for silence, I thought we'd take a bit more silence to settle in. So if you have an eye pillow or something to cover over your eyes, simply a towel or washcloth will do. A piece of cloth to cover your eyes helps bring the light out, drawing inward, covering the eyes gently. If you've got something to put underneath the knees, do that. Place a blanket over your hips, do that. And then really what's left to do is let the body settle. Let go of the thoughts, release the mind, and be with the breath. Feel your breath pulsing throughout your whole body. Follow the wave of your inhale and exhale. And we'll be here in silence for a little bit longer to really capture the rest, response in the body, stillness that comes after a bit of movement, and try to go deeper. Be here, for about 5 minutes. If you want to engage that counting down 27 to 1, feel free. Just follow your breath and try to be present as best you can. Enjoy your Savasana. Let go. Alright. Completing that 5-minute restful meditation. Start to deepen your breath a bit. Feel free to sigh it out. Let your whole body sigh. Whether you found it challenging or easy or anywhere in between to rest, to be still for those 5 minutes, just come to peace with the practice. Begin to waken up your fingers and your toes. Feel your arm bones, your leg bones, feel alive, your hips connected to your torso connected to your shoulders, your neck, and your head, your whole body integrated, your whole being feeling restored and refreshed. Taking some movements as you like, full body stretching, maybe movements with the knees and the hips, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, planting the feet, gently rolling off to one side. I would say whatever side feels most natural to you. Taking a breath here and just gently waking up. Feel free to keep the eyes closed if you like. We'll slowly make our way upright. Just as we took time to settle in, takes time to come back to the physical world, the movements and things going on around us. So sitting up tall and closing the eyes if you're not already. Coming full circle in our practice, lengthening up the spine, opening the palms, creating openness with our hands, with our hearts. Inhaling, bringing the arms up overhead. And exhaling, meeting your hands at heart center. If you like to cover the hands over the heart again, feel free, remembering your intention, feeling the beating of your heart. This is the same beating part of the heart that every human has, every human experiences, this beating heart. We all share in this experience of life through breath. All living beings breathe. Get connected with this oneness, the source, origin and beginning. Making a peace with your intention and honoring the intention of those around you. Feeling free to carry it with you through your day. This positive intention. We'll take one Om to complete today's practice. Bring the hands back together. Feel free to join if you like. Inhale, exhale to cleanse the breath. Inhale and Om. Inhale. And exhale, cleansing breath. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Peace. This spirit, this beating heart within me recognizes and honors the spirit and beating heart within you. Namaste.